Today we're going to put a flower bed where this hedge did sit. This is a great big huge, I think it's a Philadelphus mock orange. When I planted it years ago, I thought it was going to smell sweet, but it didn't have any sense at all, and it just overgrew this area. So I cut it down, and today, right now, I'm going to start planting a flower bed here. And you can see you don't have to pick up all the twigs because, or the branches. That's actually very good nourishment for the soil. Soil needs organic matter, and it's the best thing for it. So just chop up the branches like I am here in the picture, and then you can just plant. And this makes excellent soil, and by next year you won't know these branches were here. So it's a shame to throw away any kind of organic material like branches or grass, especially leaves or anything. So just leave it where it stands. Nature is messy, and it prefers messiness, basically. So nice, neat flower beds, while they may look nice, are not the best for your plants. And so it is a completely personal choice how you do your own garden, but this is the way I like to do it. So I'm just making the soil nice for the plant by digging it up a couple of times to break up all the clumps, and then once you get a nice little hole, you can put the plant in there. And basically the only important thing to remember is dig the hole just a little bit bigger than the plant that you're going to put in there, and then squeeze the sides to get to release from the pot. And sometimes you can stimulate the roots to grow by pushing on them as you go around, and then just put it in the hole and push the dirt back in around it. And if there's any clumps, just break them up with your hand like that right there. And that's actually all there is to it. So I'm just chopping up the branches a little bit so I can dig in here. It's very easy. And this is my favorite shovel for moving perennials. I think it's actually called a spade or a post hole digger, but I like it anyway. And so just turn over the soil a few times, get rid of the clumps, and once you get a nice fine place to put the plant, there, see how nice and fine that soil is without any clumps in it. And you can just make a hole there. These are begonias and geraniums. This particular plant right here is a geranium, and so this should make a nice flower bed. And I'm just going to keep on adding flowers to this whenever I get a chance, this year and next. And this should become a nice flower bed after a while, after all the brush gets moved out of this. Just do it a little bit at a time, and just start out right here by chopping up the branches with your shovel, and then turn the soil over a few times to get rid of all the clumps, and chop them up with your shovel. Just turn it over a few times, chop up the clumps with your shovel. Squeeze the sides of the pot to release the plant. any clumps, just break them up with your hand. You can see all the pot shards there from broken clay pots. You can tell I've been gardening here for a while. All the broken pot shards in the soil. Just squeeze the sides of the pot to release it. And put it in there at the same level that it's growing already. And that's it. Just push the dirt in around it. Just chop up the branches and turn the soil over a few times. Chop up the clumps. So let's just start out by chopping up the branches a little bit as they're laying on the ground. And take a few shovels full of soil, turn them over, and break them up, break up the clumps. In the wintertime, when I'm not gardening, I'll use a flat file to sharpen the edges of this shovel there at the bottom. There, now I'm just giving them all a good drink of water. There's a little bit of fertilizer there in the feeder. So thanks for watching, and